Encountering Ramana. Rajalakshmi. On the death of my mother, my grandmother was completely devastated, unable to bear the loss of her only daughter. She walked all the way from Tiruvannamalai township to the then distant Ramana Ashram at 11 p.m. on a dark, lonely night. She cried uncontrollably and fell at Bhagavan's feet. The Sarvadakari of the ashram, the manager, and Bhagavan's younger brother, Chinnaswami, objected to her falling at the feet of Bhagavan for a worldly reason. To this, Bhagavan countered by asking if he would have objected to his sister, Alamalu, doing the same thing in a similar circumstance. Bhagavan shared her grief in his inimitable way and consoled her. I first saw Bhagavan in 1923 when I was 3 years old. My grandmother, who was serving at the ashram, took me along with her every morning, returning home in the evening. Once I was playing cooking game by offering small pieces of stones as cooked rice to Bhagavan, and I asked him to eat them. Bhagavan readily put those stones into his mouth and pretended to eat. When my grandmother objected to it, Bhagavan replied that the child was happily offering him the stones as food, and he did not want to disappoint her. Once, when seated next to Bhagavan in the dining hall, I asked my grandmother to serve me more of a particular preparation. She declined. When she was about to serve more of the same preparation again to Bhagavan, he refused on the ground that what was applicable to the child was applicable to him. Bhagavan taught me Tamil, Telugu, and Sanskrit, starting from the alphabets. He also taught me arithmetic. The first Sanskrit sloka he taught me was from the Upadisa Saram. Eventually, I learned all the 30 slokas and recited them before Bhagavan, who was very pleased. Bhagavan presented to me a copy of the book Ramana Vijayam by Sudananda Bharati after writing my name on it. The book also tells the story of Bhagavan's stay at the Patala Linga cellar. Being curious, I visited that place and the Arunachaleswara temple, but I could not go inside due to bats flying around and the stinking smell from inside. I told Bhagavan about my experience and asked how he could stay at a place like that for such a long time. His reply was that he was not aware of his stay there and that he came to know of it from others. This shows he was completely oblivious of time and space while inside the Patala Linga cellar. In my school, children used to play kolotam, a game using 2 wooden sticks. I did not have the sticks to play. My grandmother was not willing to spend 2 paise, about 1/32 of a rupee, for the sticks. When I told Bhagavan of my problem, he asked his attendant, Madhava Swami, to get a branch from a tree, out of which he made 2 beautiful kolotam sticks and presented them to me. Somebody told me not to address Bhagavan as Tata, or grandfather. Bhagavan replied that I was at the ashram since childhood. There was nothing wrong in calling him Tata. In early 1950, when Bhagavan was very ill, I was in Lucknow. My grandmother, who was working at the ashram, asked Bhagavan's permission to visit me and then go to Kasi. Bhagavan told her that when she took a dip in the Ganges at Kasi, she could perform the ceremony on his behalf too. After staying for a few days with me, she went to Kasi, and while taking a dip in the evening, thinking of Ramana, somebody told her to look up. She saw a large bright star trailing its light across the sky. And this happened at the exact time of Bhagavan's Mahanirvana.